All right, we got a pretty good game here. Holland versus England in the semifinals of the UEFA Nations League. And let me tell you this. So I'm going to go over the first half first. I've always found that games are really a tale of two halves. So I'm going to discuss the first half. So if it seems like I'm out of touch with what happened in the game, it's because I'm breaking the first half down. And then I'll follow up with the second half on this same recording. But it starts out, looks obviously Holland is comfortable with having possession of the game. That's what they want. And they're doing a really good job of playing very wide. Holland plays very wide when they have possession, and they shrink to whatever side they need to go to congest passing lanes. And whenever England has the ball, they shrink over to, if it's on the left side, they shrink up. It's a very, it's a very effective way of passing or blocking the passing lanes. They do a good job of shrinking on defense. Also, I noticed that England is attempting to attack down the lines, try to get in behind Holland, but they're being very conservative. I'd say for about the first 25 minutes, England was playing very conservative. They were lulling Holland into a false sense of security, a false sense of comfortable possession, but once about the 25th minute hit down, you could see that England was no longer allowing Holland's defense to play with the ball. When they had the ball, they were attacking them. They were not giving them any time on the defense. They were trying to strip the ball back and try to get a breakaway. And they were very successful on a few different occasions, as a matter of fact. Holland's trying to play a high off, they're catching England off sides a lot on the crosses and on the passes. But where England is being very effective and how they got their very first goal, remember it's 1-0, how they got that first goal was by pressuring Holland's defense. And they were able to do that. Matter of fact, De Ligt has not been having the best game. I don't know if it's the pressure, I don't know if it just happens to be the game, but he has people attacking every time he has possession of the ball, and it was great. To be honest with you, De Ligt, on the 29th minute, they're passing in the back, but even from the midfield of England, they're pressuring that defense, and they were able to catch De Ligt going inside. His touch was inside the box, and Rashford pounced on it. He was able to secure a penalty kick because of the fact that De Ligt, he passed the ball inside, almost like he had time, but he didn't have time. Rashford got in there. De Ligt's foot brought him down to the box. That opened up a 32nd minute goal for Rashford. It was a penalty kick against Cillessen. He hit it strong down to the right. Perfect goal, no dispute, solid job. But once again, what I do find that England's doing was they were kind of staying a little bit off the ball for the first 20-25 minutes from what I saw. After that, they're attacking Holland's defense, and they're getting a little bit, touchy. They're getting a little jittery with the ball, and at times they're losing possession in really, really vulnerable positions. But for the most part, Holland's blocking all the passing lanes, but England is going after trying to get behind the line, trying to strip the ball on the defensive line so that they are just on a free breakaway, doing a great job. Also, some Sancho, well, he is a playmaker. I mean, he megged De Ligt and almost got the ball to Rashford for a scoring opportunity. Also, De Ligt is not having the best game. His defensive, he seems to be a little off, a little jittery, a little iffy up front. He had a header that was kind of hit wide, but to the contrary, De Jong is amazing. He is, as far as defensive timing and positioning, he gets where he needs to be, and he gets where he should have been. He's always able to get and make up. There was almost a counterattack, and he sprinted across the field, stopped that counterattack, and then was involved in almost creating a goal opportunity on the other side. All right, that's my first half analysis. We'll see who wins this game. Anything could turn around, but it's clear to me that right now, England is attacking vulnerable defensive position. They are pulling people not just from their forwards, but also from the middle, and they're looking for those opportunities to break away with speed, and they're looking very fast up front. All right, now it's the end of regulation. It was tied 1-1. Holland and Netherlands won, England won. The pace picked up extremely high in the second half. It almost makes you wonder why they weren't playing with that type of intensity for the entirety of the actual game. But De Ligt is the one who tied it up in the 73rd minute off of a near post run, header off of a corner. Set play goal, tied 1-1. And I would have to say, I'd be remiss if I did not say that I thought England was going to close it out. In the 84th minute, one of the best passes. So the thing is you have the Netherlands or Holland chasing down the middle. I mean, you have them closing down on every single play. They get to the ball, they collapse in. And they did that. But the ball from Barkley in the 84th minute was cutting in right in the middle of the goal, right down the middle of the field. And you had like 7 orange jerseys collapsing in. And the ball was put right there to Lingard. Lingard placed it perfectly. And it was one of those things where it was like a beautiful play because they always collapse in the middle, but it was still a perfect play down the middle, down to the center of the 18-yard box, hit it, boom, goal. You thought it was a 2-1. I mean, it was one of those moments. And then VAR says he was half a step off, so then it goes all the way back to 1-1, but not to take anything away from that goal. That was sick. That was a great goal. All right. I would give it longer on the second half, but I'm waiting to go into overtime now, so I will follow back up at see who wins this game. The game has been completed. Holland 3, England 1. I really thought this game was going to go a different way. 1-1 going into overtime, and you kind of had a feeling that it was anyone's game. But Holland decided to keep hitting, keep pushing forward, keep attacking the space, collapsing on their defense. And ultimately, it came down to defensive errors. But much like England was successful in pressuring Holland's defense and getting that goal, it's the same way that Holland was able to get the additional 2. In the 97th minute, like I said, very similar situation. Center backs in the middle of the field by the 18-yard box. Pressure. Except for in this case, it was Stones, and he had a lot of time. He really did. He got cued. He turned around, and Memphis Depay collapsed the space, attacked it, got the ball loose, hit it. Pickford had a good save right in the middle of the goal. Hit it over to the right side. Pickford was even there again to block the second chance, but unfortunately, Walker went in sliding in with Promise, and bam, goal. And it was actually a Walker goal. It was a Walker goal, but it was initiated by Promise, and so then it's 2-1. You still felt like England had a chance, and it wasn't much. I mean, it wasn't much later. In the 110th minute, Sterling was on a breakaway. It looked like he legitimately could get to the goal, and he was fouled, and you were thinking penalty kick. But no, unfortunately, the problem is that he was offsides before the foul, but it was a foul in the box, and it could have tied it up. Game continues on. Holland's continuing to break down space, continuing to pressure anyone with the ball, especially in the back. In the 114th minute, once again, it was sloppy, but it's almost like England wasn't sure how to get out of congested space in the back. Their midfield, their offense, they're great at doing it. But in the back, it's like they didn't know what to do without time. They're so used to, having just 1 or 2 people pressuring the defense, not 3 or 4. So the ball's thrown in. It's like at the top of the 18, and it was thrown in. Then there's a hospital ball passed from the back line to Barkley. Then Barkley essentially tries to find another man, literally passes it to Memphis Depay, who assisted to Promise. And there you go, 3-1. And it's really unfortunate, but I would say the tale of the game is pressuring the defenses. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, England really threw it away, stupid plays, this and that, but it really came down to keeping the defense uneasy. So, unfortunately, England's out. Holland's moving forward. I know some people call it the Netherlands, but looks like they're going to be facing Portugal in the finals.